All right. Okay, so welcome everyone. This is the final week Premier Chess Adult Beginner Fall 2020, week 14. And today we are doing the Windmill, one of my favorite techniques in chess. I love chess. There's so many interesting concepts and techniques to learn. When you apply these things. So, what is a windmill? First of all, does anybody know what a windmill is? Anybody know? What do you think? Okay, so how about just a guess? Just give me a guess. What do you think it is?
Didn't you say it had something to do with doing the same move over and over?
Yes. So the way I describe it is it's kind of like a cat playing with a mouse. If you look at that, like doesn't matter what the mouse does, if the mouse is still alive, the mouse will not get away, right? The cat just throwing it around back and forth, the mouse will never get away. So it's really fun if you're the one doing the windmill. If you're the one that's the windmill having done onto you, not so much fun to feel like a mouse, right? So that's essentially what it is. It's repeating the position, usually with discovered check, and while you're doing that, you're winning material, and sometimes it actually leads to mate, right? But usually, yeah, just winning material. So, for example, using discovered check and very forceful moves to win material and sometimes checkmate. So now let's look at this position here. So this is white to move. So as you can see, let's quickly analyze the position. So who's winning materially here?
Black.
Yes, black is definitely winning materially. Yeah, so white's got two rooks and a bishop, and black has a queen, rook, bishop, two knights, right? So black is definitely winning materially. Positionally, like for example, if it was black's move, this would be completely winning, right? Because this rook is hanging completely, and take it with check, and yeah, the game would be pretty much over very quickly. So, but it's not black's move, it's white's move. And actually, because it's white's move, this position is won for white. It's winning for white. So what is white's best move? What do you think?
Maybe bishop to b7.
Bishop to b7. So bishop takes here, right? Okay, so that's not a forceful move. It's not a check. Therefore, this rook will fall. Check.
Oh, totally.
And yeah, so that's no good. So we need something strong, right? Because black is about to capture that that rook here with check. So we need a strong move for white. What do you think?
Oh, rook takes b7.
Yeah, rook takes b7 is the best move by far. It's a check. Now, the key with the windmill is usually it's performed by a long-range piece, such as a bishop. I guess it could be even a queen too, although, yeah, usually it's a bishop, a long-range piece. Now, so now the king only has one move, king to a8. And now what do you think the best move is here for white?
To move the rook so you don't lose it.
So give me a square.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes, this is chess. You got to be exact. Wouldn't it be nice if you can if you can win by moving that piece to that square? It'd be nice if you can win that way, right?
Yeah. Well, to take the pawn at e6, I mean, at least you'd be taking a piece.
You mean the rook takes the pawn here?
Yeah.
No, you can. That's not that much of a forceful move, you know.
No, but if you don't move
black,
the rook, you're gonna lose it, right?
Right. Black can you know, maybe he's not take the rook immediately. He can deliver a check here and start harassing the white king, right? So we need a stronger move. Welcome, Hanya, by the way. Thanks. You made it. We're talking about windmills.
Yes.
This is windmills. So I'll just go back real quick. One move. Best move here for white. So first of all, black is winning materially. Best move here for white. The strongest move is rook takes b7. King a8 is the only move. And now what's the best move for white here? What do you guys think?
Would it create a frustrating loop if rook moves to c7?
Rook to c7.
I guess not. No.
Okay, c7. No, that's true. That's a discovered check. Black has only one move. I mean, he could block with the queen, but that's kind of futile. So yeah, king b8. So now what do you do?
Because I'm trying to come up with this concept of windmill, and from windmill, I'm imagining something you keep doing again back and forth.
Yes, you're repeating the position, and each time you repeat it, you either improve, you either win material or you improve your position or achieve checkmate, right? So rook c7 doesn't really improve our position that much, right? So let's look for a stronger move. What do you think? Strong move.
How about if we move the rook to b6, which forces the king to move out of check?
So right here?
Yeah.
Rook
Now the
b6.
king,
Okay, so now the king has to go here. Now what?
now we move the rook back.
Okay.
to,
Okay, so that's good, but but rook b6 didn't really achieve anything, right? That's true. It's kind of a windmill, but it has to achieve something, right? So that doesn't really achieve much. So we need a move that's strong and that's productive, basically. So what do you think? You guys want a hint?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Can't. Now wait a minute. I think why can't the pawn take the queen?
The pawn take the queen. Which queen? This queen?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, never mind.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking the white can take the queen by jumping forward if it's your next move, but I guess not, or else we would have done that.
The white can take this queen? No, not in this position. No. So
Wait,
okay. Anybody?
Things wrong. Are we going in the? Am I going in the right direction here?
Yeah, white's coming down this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So any other ideas, or you want a hint?
How about rook b4?
Rook b4, check. Okay, very good. Rook b4, king a7, and then I assume you take the rook, right? Take the queen. Okay, so that's good. You win the queen, but now let's look. Now the thing is that the king is no longer in the windmill. He has escaped the windmill. So now let's reassess the position. White has two rooks and a bishop. Black has a rook, two bishops, which is roughly equal to one rook, and two minor pieces. So black is winning here. So that's a good move, but not the best move. So I'll give you a hint. It has to be a check, right? Because the check is the most forceful, right? Has to be a check. Once you guys get the pattern of this, I think you will see it very clearly, very quickly. So you want me to give you show the solution?
Rook E7, or I'm sorry, Rook E7.
Rook E7. Yes, that's the correct answer. Yeah. So this rook and bishop together is lining up for a discovered attack, right? Anywhere the rook moves, it doesn't matter where the rook moves, the king must respond to the check, right? Therefore, you can take any piece, even though your rook can be taken, he can't take you because he's in check, right? So rook, this is the windmill. Rook E7, king goes B8, go back, repeat the position. Rook B7, king goes back to A8. Remember I said cat and mouse. Rook takes F7,
Oh,
right? King goes back. Rook B7. Imagine you're black here. How do you feel?
Horrible.
Rook takes G7. So you just won three minor pieces basically for nothing. Rook B7, and then the final move is what? What is the final move? So we just won three minor pieces, right? So now what do we do?
Take the
Yeah.
What?
Rook H7.
Okay, so rook, you want to continue. Rook takes H7.
And
King
then
goes.
you're threatening the queen.
Okay, so king B8. Now take the queen, I assume. And now the rook captures your rook. And now let's reassess the position after all that. Rook and knight versus rook and bishop position is equal, right? And he'll probably just capture this. And now actually white's winning by 2 pawns. So you have the right idea, but the wrong move.
But
What do you
what
think?
about the other rook taking the pawn on E6?
Okay, you can do that too. There's a slightly stronger move than that. That's not that strong. There's a stronger move than that. What do you think?
Rook to E4.
Oh, this rook come to E4?
Yeah.
Um,
Because if the
no.
queen takes the rook, then the bishop.
Yeah, that's true. You can't take, but he can deliver this little check here. And now, what are you gonna
Uh,
do? Because now this rook has obstructed the bishop. So now this rook is no longer the B7 rook is no
right.
longer protected. The king will take, right?
Yeah.
And if the rook tries to block this way, we can take here, take, and now black is definitely winning. He's got an extra rook, right? So yeah.
Hmm.
What else? What's the final move to finish this nice windmill combination here?
How about Rook B4 now?
Yes, now rook b4, right? Because we already cleared all the pieces away here. The problem is we do want to take the queen, but if we take on h7, now that opens up the h rook, now is defending the queen. So we don't want to lose our rook in the process. So therefore, we go rook b4 check, attack the queen along the 4th rank. King comes up to a7, and we win the queen for free. Now white is winning by an extra rook. All right? Everybody see that windmill pattern? So yeah, so once you get the pattern down, it's pretty easy to see. Okay, so let's go to the next one. All right. So this is white to move. What is the best move for white? What do you think? Windmills.
Rook to G7.
Good. Setting up the windmill. Yeah. Setting up the windmill. Rook G7. King has one move. King F8. And now next move.
Rook to F7.
Rook to F7. Okay. That doesn't really help though, because now look, we've like repeated the opening position. This is how we started, right? So we didn't make any progress. So we want to make some progress. So Rook G7, King F8. Now what's the next move?
if the rook captures the knight on G6?
Okay, so rook takes g6 is possible in the sense that this rook is immune, cannot be taken. The king is in check. The problem with that move is now the king escapes the windmill. See,
Mm.
now the king is free. So
Oh.
now king is attacking the knight. You can move the knight. You know, let's say you want to move the knight here. Now the king escapes. Now there's no more windmill, right? The king is free. Whereas before, now here the king is completely trapped, not only on the 8th rank, but he's trapped on these two squares, right? The knight controls e8, so he can't move there. So this is a very powerful position. So we don't want to allow our opponent to escape the windmill. So what do you think? Better move.
Rook G6? No. Yeah.
No, that's what Greg just said. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, rook g6 allows.
It's okay. I almost repeated it a second time.
I
looks good.
always play white, so I get confused when the board
Oh,
is
I'm sorry.
upside down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean this knight does look free, but we don't want to let our king escape. Remember, you can't be greedy. You got to look at in this position. Don't worry about material. It's more about keeping the king vulnerable, right? Don't let the mouse get away. What do you think?
And helpful to, would we be taking something? Because I'm trying to play it out of rook takes c7.
Okay, good. Rook takes c7. Check. King only has one move. King g8. Now what do you do?
Rook to G7.
Good.
Right?
You always repeating the position, right? You want to get the king always in the line of this discovered check, right? That's how you have the power to do all these very useful moves, is because it's constantly a discovered check. Okay, now best move here. White to move.
Maybe rook takes h7.
Rook takes h7. Okay. All right. So actually, I guess at best this is going to be probably either a draw. Well, I guess you can win this night. Check. But yeah, the king will escape, right? Because if you either the king escapes or you go or you repeat the position for a draw. Because if you don't do that and you do something else, let's say something like this, now he takes your bishop because you cleared the H file for the rook, right? So you got to be careful when you're doing the windmill. Don't just like haphazardly take pieces, right? Because you got to think, am I opening up the position, opening up files or diagonals for my opponent, right? So, all right, so let's go back. All right, so G7 takes C7. Okay, now what do you think? Best move here?
Start moving the pawn in the C file down to, no?
Okay. All right. I mean, good idea, but a little bit too slow. So we want something a little faster and stronger, right? We don't want to give black a chance to start attacking us, right? So yeah. So we got a much stronger move than that. What do you think?
Is
Does it
it?
have something?
Say again?
You go ahead, Greg.
I was just going to say, does it have something to do with the black rook on the 8th rank?
Well, there's two black rooks on the 8th rank.
Oh, my apologies. It'd be B8.
Yeah, so remember, another thing that you always have to think about when you look at puzzles is remember what we think about, right? The first thing is you look at scan the position, who's winning materially. Second thing, you scan the position, who's winning on position, right? Who's got more space. And then the third thing is, anybody remember? Third thing is, are there any unprotected pieces, right? So in black's position, which piece is unprotected?
The rook on B8?
Yes, this rook is hanging out there in the wind, right? This one is unprotected. So how do we deal with that?
Move our rook to B7?
Yes, nice, very nice. Discovered attack, discovered check, attacking the rook. King must go back to G8. And now what do we do?
Capture the black rook.
Take the rook. Now black has only one move, which is what?
F, A, B, C, D, F, 7?
No, you can't go to F7, the knight.
Oh, okay. One move?
Yep, black has one move here. Anybody see it?
Oh, what if he moves his knight?
Exactly.
block.
The knight must block. The king has no more moves. The knight must block. And now what do we do?
Take the knight.
With what? We can take the knight with the bishop, with the rook.
The rook.
Definitely. Take with the rook. Checkmate. Very nice. So this was a forced checkmate in 6 moves. Mate in 6. All right. So from this position, 1. So remember, you always repeat the position. The discovered check is a very powerful tool. So use it whenever you see it, whenever you have the possibility. Very powerful. All right. Discovered check. Don't forget that. All right. So let's go on to the next one. All right. So what do you think about here? White to move. Best move for white.
Rook to B7.
All right, so you guys should get the pattern down by now, right? So rook b7. So I won't make the moves. Let's see if you can figure out the entire combination. Rook b7, check. King has one move. King a8, and now where do you go?
A7. No.
If you go to a7, the king can just capture your rook.
Yeah.
All right. So you said rook b7, king a8. Now where?
Rook to C7?
Not really that productive. King comes back, protects his knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Rook to B4.
Yes, rook to b4. So rook b7, check. King goes a8, and now we start the windmill. All right, so let's do it. Let's see it. Rook b7, king a8, rook b4, check. King a7. Now what do we do?
Rook to B7.
Yes, put him back. Repeat the position. Reset. Cat playing with a mouse. And now what?
Rook takes B3.
Rook takes b3, check. King a7, right? Everybody see the pattern? Rook b7, king a8, repeat, keep going, check. And now, what's the last move? What do you think? What do you think? We have a nice discovery here lined up. What do you think? Gotta finish off the combination.
Do you move the rook first, then the bishop?
Well, you don't have to move the bishop,
Bishop,
right?
okay.
Yeah. The idea with the windmill is you're just moving the piece each time, usually a rook, exposing the king, right? So exposing the attack on the king. So yeah, how do we finish off the combination? So we just cleared this pawn, knight, and bishop from this line, from the B file. So now what do we do now?
Is it a check mate in one move, or is it?
Oh no,
two?
this is not a mate. That's not a mate one. Yeah.
Oh, this isn't a mate.
No. This is just
Oh, Rook-
using the windmill to win material.
Rook to B1.
Yeah, rook to B1, right. Yeah, rook B1 check, king A7 takes, and white is winning. White will win, right? So you can see how powerful it is, right? So here, black is winning by 2 knights and an extra pawn, and using the windmill, white is dominating using the windmill. Very uncomfortable for the victim. All right. Okay, so let's look at a nice puzzle. Now, I'm sure if I tell you the goal of this puzzle, you're going to get it immediately, okay? Windmill, this is mate in 13 moves, okay? Everybody got that? Mate in 13 moves. But surprisingly, this looks very complicated, right? But the solution is very intuitive and simple when you reason it out. So just to give you orientation, the black pawns are going down this way, okay? So this pawn is 1 square away from becoming a queen, okay? So it's white to move, and it's mate in 13 moves. So what do you think is the first move for white?
You want to move your rook to H8, the white rook,
Rook to where?
H8.
Rook to H8. Well, H8 is up here.
Oh, wait, I got them all mixed up.
You mean down here?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's A1. Okay. So okay, so yeah, so you correctly noticed that the pawn on B5 is attacking your rook, right? So you got to do something about the rook, right? So the problem with A1 is now black promotes to a queen, and what do? If you capture the queen, you lose this rook, and now all you have is a rook left, and black will win because one rook cannot stop all these pawns. Even if he captured this bishop, one rook definitely cannot stop all these pawns. Very easy. So yeah. So rook A1 is out. What else?
Bishop takes B6.
Bishop takes B6 check. Okay, good in that you saw that you have to do a check, but not so good in the sense that you will lose your rook. So you definitely need your rook. All right, try again.
Rook to D4.
Rook to D4. So capturing this pawn.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna lose your rook. No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Toward the end of the game, a king can become an aggressor and a capturing piece.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is the king somehow involved in this? The white king?
Not kind of directly. I guess you can say indirectly the king is involved, but not really directly. The white king. Yeah. Okay, I'll say this: the king doesn't move in this entire combination. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah. So what else?
No. Wait a minute. Did we try bishop to B8?
Okay, bishop b8. What do you think, guys? Good move? Check. So
You
bad,
would lose your bishop.
bad
then.
for two reasons. One, the king can take your bishop. Two, you're going to lose your rook.
All right, so we got to
Now,
move the rook.
Using
so-
that logic, we have to move the rook.
Yes, the rook has to be moved because you only have a
Yeah.
rook and a bishop left, right? You have to move the rook. So we said that A1 is out, and all these squares are controlled by the pawns, right? And this
Right.
here, these are controlled by the pawns. So that leaves only 2 squares left, right?
Mhm.
So 2 or A3.
Only 2 squares. Which one do you want to try first?
Let's try A2.
A2. Yeah, A2 is the correct answer. A3 doesn't work. Does anybody know why A3 doesn't work? Rook A3. What do you think?
What would you accomplish?
So rook A3 does not work. Why? Because now black can begin to free himself. Now he moves B4. Now he's attacking the rook again, right? And if you go up rook A4, he goes up B5. He's attacking you again. If you go up again, he goes B6. He's attacking you again. And you can take the pawn, but now the king escapes, and now black is going to win very easily.
Hmm.
Right? So we don't want to allow black to escape this stranglehold. So therefore, rook A2 is the correct answer. Is the only correct answer. Now, I'll tell you the best move for. Oh, okay. Actually, no. Before I tell you that, so what is the best move for black here? What do you think? Black has one best move here.
Promote a pawn to a queen?
Okay, so that's the most intuitive and obvious what most people would think, but no, that is actually the wrong move, and that actually accelerates his demise. That helps white to checkmate black even quicker, right? Does anybody see the checkmate here?
Not in one move, though. In
Oh,
one move.
no, not in one move, but there's a quick checkmate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I'll say it's a checkmate in 2 moves.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Bishop takes B6.
Yeah, bishop takes B6. King only has 1 move. And now what?
Bishop C7.
Bishop C7. Yeah, so the rook is controlling the entire A file. And remember I said the king he's not playing an active role in directly attacking, but he's playing an indirect role in the sense that he's defending or controlling C8 and C7, preventing the king from escaping this way, right? So yeah, so that would lead to a much quicker mate. Therefore, the pawn promotion is not the strongest move. What is the strongest move?
Pawn on E3, moving that to E.
Same exact thing. Bishop takes B6, mate. Right? So, how do we deal with that?
Bishop to H2.
Yes, bishop to H2 is the only move. Why? Because now black obtains control over this H2 to B8 diagonal, right? Now bishop C7 mate is no longer possible. But now we will see the emergence of the windmill. So how do we do the windmill here? What do you guys think? First move, what do you think?
What if we tried rook to A1?
Rook to A1, again, doesn't work because now we promote to a queen. And again, rook cannot take because then the king takes, and now black's still going to win because the rook can't stop all these pawns, right? So not rook to A1. What do you think?
So when I think of rook to taking F2, E3 can just take it. So that's why that makes sense.
No. You can't take. Yeah. Pawn's protecting as well. Yeah. No. So what do you think? Given that this is the windmill theme, what do you think? How do we establish the windmill now?
What if we move the bishop to G3?
Oh, you mean B6?
B6. I'm
B6. Yeah,
sorry.
that's okay. That's
I
okay.
get this all backwards.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. So B6. Now we're going to see the emergence of the windmill. How powerful this is. Again, bishop B6, king B8. What's it? What's the next move? I see Monty smiling. He sees it. You see, when you see it, when you see the pattern, it becomes all too apparent and obvious, right? So what's the next move?
With the bishop,
Where? Bishop where?
just the white bishop just taking the next pawn in line.
If we take the pawn, no. If we take the pawn, now black will escape. Now he's going to start attacking the king. He's going to start doing his own attack. So we don't want to allow that, right? So we did the first move. Bishop takes B6, king B8. Now we have to continue with the windmill. What do you think? Don't let black breathe. What do you think?
Oh, move the bishop back.
Yes, move the bishop back. Remember, we always have to reset the position, right? Reestablish the discovery. Bishop A7 check, king A8. Now what do we do?
We have to be careful so we don't do that 3 repetitive move rule, right?
Oh yeah, no, we don't have a fear of doing that because we're not repeating the position. Because each time
Okay.
we're changing the next move, right?
Okay.
So what's the next move here?
Oh. Bishop to C5.
C5. Yeah, exactly. So we continue this pattern. Bishop takes C5, king B8, bishop A7 check, king goes back, reset the position. Bishop D5, D4. So we're going to be eliminating all these pawns. Right? King A8. Remove that back and remove the last one. Bishop A7 check, king A8. Now, what's the how do we deliver the finish of the combination? What do you think?
For a check, you mean?
Well, here, what do you think? What best move here? Deliver the final. What's the best move here to finish off the combination? Oh, yes, this will end in mate. This will. What do you guys think?
I don't know if it's a good idea, but can we move the white king, kind of putting it in place
White king to where?
to C8?
White king to C8. Okay, good idea. But now black can start harassing the white king with checks and stuff. So no, we need a stronger move than that. What do you think?
Well, it's either the bishop or the rook. Do you move the rook?
So continue the pattern, right? Continue the pattern. What do you think?
Move the bishop?
Move the bishop to where?
That's the hard part.
Oh yeah.
It's white to move, or I'm sorry, it's white
Yeah,
to move.
yeah, white to move. So we did we took the last pawn, bishop came back, check, king went to A8, now it's white's move.
Bishop to G1.
Yes, bishop G1. Remember, this has to be beautiful. Chess has to be beautiful, okay? Aesthetically pleasing. Bishop G1 check, king goes back. Now finish him off. Any of you play the game
Take the bishop.
Any of you play the game Mortal Kombat? It's a video game in the 80s. Finish him. That's how you always finish him.
White bishop to H2.
Yes, very nice checkmate. Isn't that beautiful? Mate in 13. I love this. I love this puzzle. Yeah. So this is just showing the beauty and the strength of a good windmill of discovered check. I mean, I always say that the strongest move in chess is check, right? But the thing is, if you want to be even more specific, something stronger than even check is a discover check, or even stronger is a discover double check, right? Because why? When you're in check, you have three options, right? CPR, capture, protect, run, right? When you're in discovered, when you're in double check, usually it's a discover double check, you you only have one option, run, right? You cannot capture and you cannot protect because you're in double check by two pieces and you cannot respond to both pieces. You know, you can't capture one or block one because you'll be in check by the other one. So this is why this discover check is so powerful, very powerful. Removing all the pawns, just a bishop and a rook against this massive pawns wins this puzzle. Very nice. All right, everybody see that?
Mhm.
Cool.
Now.
All right. Easy, right?
Yeah, after
made
he
in
told us.
made in 13, very easy.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna look at an example from a real game and how this was used. This is this game was played in 1925. White is Repetto, black is Lasker. Lasker was, I believe, the third world champion, second or third, I kind of forget. So black is Lasker. So it's let's see, it's white to move. Oh, sorry, white is Lasker. Yeah, white is Lasker. So it's white to move. So using the windmill pattern, how does white win? What do you think?
Let's try bishop to e7.
Okay, bishop to e7. You lose your queen. Not really any compensation. You're on the right track though. Because remember, whenever you look at a puzzle or position, right, we always look for three things, right? Remember, material, assess the material. Who's winning in material, by the way, here? What's the assessment?
Uh, 6 points.
They seem about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So material is equal, right? So 6 pawns for white, 6 pawns for black, bishop knight, two rooks, and each has a queen. So material is equal. Positionally, who do you think has more active pieces positionally?
White.
White definitely has more active pieces. Yeah. This bishop nicely controls the diagonal. This rook is about to open up an attack on the king. This rook is on a half open file. Conversely, black, this rook is blocked by his own pawn, and this rook is doing absolutely nothing. The b7 bishop does have nice scope. The f8 knight, not really doing much at all. So white is definitely better. Now, then the third thing we look at is unprotected pieces, right? So which of black's pieces are unprotected?
The one on D6. That
Okay, so the
pawn.
pawn, good. The pawn is unprotected. Good. What else? What else is unprotected?
Queen.
The queen. Yeah, this is very important. The queen is
Oh,
unprotected.
yeah,
So
right.
that's really going to play a big role in this combination. So, does anybody have any other ideas? How did Lasker use the windmill to achieve a superior position here?
You start with a queen sacrifice. Queen takes F7.
Queen takes F7. No, it doesn't really work. How do you follow it up? What's the follow up?
I was thinking rook to F3, but that may fall short.
Rook to F3, and yeah, there's not really much attack here. Actually, no, rook to F3 doesn't work. Anybody know why? Yeah, rook to F3 doesn't work. All right, so queen takes F7. No. All right, so I'll give you guys this one. This is not easy to find, But bishop to f6, crazy move, right? Amazing. Now Lasker's queen is also unprotected, right? So he's giving his queen away for free right here. He's saying, take my queen. And what does he get in exchange? Is a beautiful windmill. That's what he gets in exchange, right? He loses his queen, but he gets, this is the strength of the windmill, is that he's willing to give up his entire queen. Rook takes g7. Now you can see the windmill beginning, right? King to h8.
Yeah.
So now what do you do?
Oh,
Rook G5.
Okay, so rook g5 you could do. King comes h7. It's not as strong though. Why? Because after you take here, king comes here. Now you're going to lose one of these, right? So not rook g5 in this position. What's better than that? What do you think?
Rook f7.
Yeah, rook f7. So we have some munching to do. We gotta remove some of black's pieces first. Rook takes f7. King only has one move. Now what do we do?
move back.
Rook b7.
Oh, you mean capture the bishop?
Yeah.
Well, remember we just sacrificed an entire queen, right? So we can't take on b7, but now the king is no longer in the windmill, and he can even give back his queen, and black would still be winning by the exchange, right? So we don't want to let him out that easily. So what's the best move here? So we did rook takes f7, king g8. Now we need to continue the windmill. Remember, keeps him in the windmill. Cat playing with a mouse. What do you think?
Move.
Going back to
Yeah.
its spots.
Yeah, go
what
back.
square?
G7.
Yeah, back to g7. Reestablish the position,
Mm.
right? You have this, putting your opponent in constant discover check is very powerful. Rook g7 check, king h8. Now what do you do?
Now get the bishop.
Now get the bishop, right? Now what's the difference with taking it now is before is the rook takes the bishop and it's check, right? So effectively, we were taking it for free, and we're actually gaining an extra move, right? We're not even allowing black a free move to respond, right? So
So
king
now black
g8, and now what do we do?
go back to G7.
Go back to g7, good. Rook h8, king h8. Now what?
And go back and get the pawn.
Okay,
Get
so
A.
if we get the pawn, all right. So hold on. So if we get the
No.
pawn, now king here.
Oh,
We could do that. So now let's look at this. If we get the pawn here, now taking the rook wouldn't be good, right? Because now
No.
black's just winning by an extra queen, right?
right.
So let's say in this position, you go back and now you want to win back your queen, right? So now, after all this, let's say he goes down here, check, something like this. Let's say maybe, let's say here. He comes back. Now the problem is because we took this H pawn. Now remember we increased the scope of the black rook.
Yeah.
So now black can remove that, and I mean white is still winning by 3 pawns, but you don't even have to give black that much counterplay. Why are you going to give black that much counterplay? So you don't want to be greedy. And you want to make sure that you're not improving your opponent's position, right? So for that
Agreed.
reason, rook g7 check, and now here the best move would be to go and get your queen again, recover your queen, right? That would be the best move here. So now, remember we took this bishop on b7, so now it's okay if he takes our bishop, and we take here. Now here in this position, we're up 3 pawns, and this rook still has no counterplay, right? He's blocked by his pawn, and it's a very beautiful position and very easily won by white. All right, everybody see that? Very nice illustration in a real game. I love when they utilize these techniques. All right. So let's look at another one. This is from another real game. DR Vota versus Mizak, 1978. So this is white to move, and I believe the last move for black was knight c4. attacking the queen and the bishop. So what do you think best move is here?
The F7.
Say again?
Rook to F7.
Yeah, rook f7. Yes, this is going to be a queen sacrifice. So he correctly sees that the king is very vulnerable here. Combining with the knight and the rook, he says, okay, this is completely favorable for a queen sacrifice. So now, what do we do? What do you think? So we just lost our queen, right? We just sacrificed the queen, so we got to be forceful with our moves, right? So probably it will be a check, right? So we can pick up this bishop with check, right? Rook takes g7, king h8, bishop d4, establishing the windmill, establishing with the long range bishop, right? Very powerful. So now not much.
I'm sorry, could you go back one step?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, 2 steps actually.
Yeah. So here?
Yeah. Because I looked at that and then I ruled it out, but I'm trying to understand why did I rule that out?
Yeah, knight and rook attacking the bishop, right? So the bishop will be picked up for free, basically.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So the king is forced to move, only one move, king h8. And very important to not go after this knight, right? Much more important is establishing the windmill here. Bishop d4. Now it sets up the discovered attack, right? And knight tries to, actually, maybe even he goes, I don't know, what do you think is a good move here? You know, maybe if he tries, I don't even know.
Maybe take
something like that. He could try take. So even here, the queen will be lost, right? Everybody see how the queen's going to be lost, even if the queen moves here, right? Because king is forced to come back. And remember, this knight is doing a really good job of preventing the king from escaping the windmill this way, right? So now the king he's stuck, right? Rook takes c7, and you just continue until you pick up the queen, like that. All right. So very nice illustration, right? Very powerful discovered attacks. All right. All right. So yeah, any questions? What do you guys think of the windmill?
Great.
Nice.
Have you ever heard of it? Have you ever, is this the first time you're all hearing about the windmill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
First time.
Cool. I'm always happy to be the first to explain a concept. There are so many concepts in chess. It's really amazing how complex this game can be. Yeah. So yeah, this is a very I mean, discovered check in general is a very powerful device that you know, if you can set up a discovered check, it's something to be aimed for. But windmill especially is really nice, especially if you're the one doing it.
Yeah.
Right. if you're not the one doing it, then you know, you're gonna quickly forget about it because you're like, I don't know what he just did. I didn't like it. It didn't feel good. I hope I never fall for that again.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. I hope you guys can attempt to use this in your games, you know.
And I just have last question. How many of you guys are going to sign up for the beginner class again? I'm just.
If I sign
Okay.
up for
All
beginner,
right, I'm gonna look into it. Hopefully I can work my schedule.
Cool. And what about you, Hanya? You planning on it?
Yeah.
Awesome. And you, Stacy, also?
I probably will.
Cool.
Next schedule, see if I can swing it. Yeah.
Cool.
I have a
Okay,
question, a random.
And I will too.
Yeah, Stacy.
And I can probably look this up on the internet, but do you know how many possible combinations of games there are?
Ooh, that's a good question. There's actually a
Infinite.
video that I often send to people, and it's on this YouTube channel called Number File. He's like a mathematician, and the question is, how many possible chess games are there that exist, right? And so some mathematician a couple decades ago came up with a number, and he calls it Shannon's number. I believe it's like 10 to the 80th power. So that's 10 with 80 zeros after it. And just to give you a little bit of perspective, the number of atoms in the observable universe is 10 to the 40th, right? So there's more chess games,
Oh my God.
more possible chess games than number of atoms in the observable universe, which is pretty,
No
which is
way.
pretty encouraging.
Hey,
Isn't
no
that cool?
way.
I love that. I love that. So if you ever feel like chess has it like some people think that computers spell the end of chess and it's going to be figured out, it's going to be solved, it's not going to be fun anymore. No. I don't think that at all.
Wow.
But
Wow.
and think about this. So that number only applies to standard chess, with the standard opening positions, right? And remember I told you how I like chess 960? So
Yeah.
you multiply that number by 960 possible opening
Oh,
positions. What do you get? so yeah, I love it. This is why I love chess. It's so complicated, easy. Easy rules anybody can learn very quickly, but it takes a lifetime to master.
Mm.
So yeah, beautiful game. I can email. I'll email you guys that video because I really enjoyed that when I saw it. And he actually shows he goes into a bit of detail about how he comes up with that number. A little bit of mathematical detail, which is pretty cool. So
Wow. That's very
I will
cool.
email you guys that. Yeah, great
Oh,
question. So yeah, last class. I can't believe it. Last class.
yeah.
So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas or holidays or whatever you celebrate. I don't know, but enjoy with your families. I'll miss you guys in the 2 weeks. We're not going to see each other. Hope to see you guys in 2 weeks. That'd be great.
Happy New Year, everybody.
You guys.
Yes, happy
Yeah,
Oh, Happy
everything.
New Year as well.
Year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy,
Happy
hopefully
holiday.
2021 treats everybody much better.
Yes, I hope
And
so.
may,
I think
may
so.
this be the year you find the true meaning of Christmas, which is it's better to receive than to give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah. And if you got a hold of a chess set before the Queen's Gambit craze, then you're the lucky one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Good thing I had like a bunch of them at home, so I don't have to worry. I had some glass ones,
I know.
uh,
Cool.
and
Oh.
I bought some extra.